because success is hidden in your daily routine. It's not my job to tell you how to do your job, son. And I was like, son? Who he calling son? There is always an outcome to what you do on repeat. He might as well have put his head between his legs and kissed his... And if you're thinking it, that means that your mind is already made up that it can do it. This is the Ever Airwaves Think podcast, brought to you by Live One Company, where we explore ideas that challenge, comfort, and clarify. I'm Liv, and in every episode, we break down life's complexities with intellect, insight, and a touch of curiosity. All right, we're on air. You will not lose, my love. And I say my love because I am my sister's keeper, and I say it with meaning, real meaning, though I often use discernment with this term of endearment. If you know, you know, but my love, my sis, my airwaves friend, you will not lose. You are one of God's greatest creations, and He's designed us incapable of losing. So I need for you to lift your head, deep breaths, and listen in. There is a formula to all of this. Your success relies on this one thing, and possibly this one thing only. And no, it's not the antiquated motivational quote we often hear, which is don't give up. I am not knocking that, because you should absolutely not give up, but it's actually something else. Let's do what we do, and let's get into it. The key to your success is hidden in your daily routine. What is your routine? I'm asking you a real question here because a lot of you lack discipline, and discipline is what is required of you to be successful. Again, the key to your success is hidden in your daily routine. Shout out to the incredible thought leader, author, and speaker, John C. Maxwell. I have several of his books, and he says, show me your routine and I will show you a successful person. And this is the most underappreciated key to your success. You have to show up every day. And I don't care if you are having a bad day. I don't care if your man left you. I don't care if you have to go to the grocery store. I don't care if someone pissed you off today. I don't care. I don't care. You have to zone all the way in and chime out all the BS. You have to figure it out. You have to make it work. That's what it takes. I remember being at an annual officers meeting for a very big corporation and position I held. And the CEO, I shall not name names because this is a major company, a Fortune 500 company. And as a young professional, I was very high up in my ranks, way beyond my peers right after finishing up my undergrad. But the CEO was in our city for that year for this annual conference. And he would always take 15 to 20 minutes to open up the floor to let leaders ask him anything, right? And I mean anything. And one VP stood up and asked in a crowd of like 200 plus officers and leaders, what do we do if the business is just not there and we've tried everything we can with our teams to increase business sales? And this hard ASS CEO reply was, it's not my job to tell you how to do your job, son. And I was like, son? Who he calling son? And the room went silent, right? I was like, woo, child, like, let him had said that to a brother. I don't know. It may have been a jumping and tussling on the stage. Okay, podium in hands. You about to catch this fade type moment. Had it been a brother, because who he calling son? But I knew the guy, and I knew he was butthurt, okay? Because it was so embarrassing. Dude was a very nice guy, and he was asking like a real question because his team was struggling in a very tough and saturated market, and he might as well have put his head between his legs and kissed his assets goodbye, because, you know, I would know he was crying in the car home, okay? On the drive home, dude was crying, okay? That type of hurt. It was so embarrassing. And the CEO basically carried on like, next question, and didn't blink. Like, he didn't have a blink. He didn't have a hiccup. He just kept it moving. I was like, dang, I learned something from that day. And I learned the CEO was right. Tough as nails and hard as he was like of iron. I was like, dang, that's a mean dude. That's a mean CEO. But he was right. It was a tough message, but he said what he said, and he was standing on business about it. And it wasn't his job to tell him how to do his job. Like, soldier up and figure it out. Clearly, the guy was hired because he sold himself as the person that could deliver on the role, right? And dude, you said you could deliver, so deliver. Figure it out, sir. So ladies, if you've made a decision that you're going to start a business, get promoted to VP on your job, become Buffy the Body, be a designer or author, whatever it is, you need to stand on business. Your mind is already there, right? Your mind is like, bet, like you can do this because you're thinking it. That's how I know, because it already lives in your brain. If it's living in your brain, you're thinking it. And if you're thinking it, that means that your mind is already made up that it can do it. It's your physical body that needs to catch up with your mind. And so whatever is implanted in your mind, you just need to align your daily routine to your thoughts, because success is hidden in your daily routine. What are you doing every day? Because this is about repetition. The wealthiest people in the world, the 1%ers, yes, they live by a result-producing, meaningful action items list routine. And I don't care what it looks like, there is always an outcome to what you do on repeat. So if you are fat, yes. If you are a big back, okay, medical conditions aside, but if your diet is trash every day, and I'm talking about pastries, pancakes, bacon every morning, heavy cream and sugary Starbucks drinks with extra topping on your way to work every day, and loaded meals for lunch and dinner. I mean, baby, your metabolism is on a complete shutdown. You've basically overwhelmed that thing. All right. You are burning nothing because you don't even work out to balance out the big back behavior. So if we're looking into your weekly routine, we already know that by the end of the year, you may be considering having that tummy fat basically sucked up and lipoed up out of you and having that belly fat transferred to your butt. Okay. Yes. BBL gang. Hello. Shout out to you. But this is what I am talking about. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or doctor to predict your future. I am not being mean. I am being transparent because I want you to win. And this is the formula. You have to kind of live out the right formula in your daily routine with a NDO mindset, no days off mindset. That's how you have to do it. I want you to win, sis. I also want to talk about the fake routine versus the real routine, because this exists. Baby, you know, we are not here for clicks and views. And there are people that post motivational content, like from the gym, they're out closing deals and living this travelista lifestyle with all of these selfies every day. Listen, you know, I love a good quote and inspirational and motivational content, because that's what this podcast is about: inspiring you, motivating you, influencing you. But if you are posting more about the grind than grinding or actually putting in the work, then we have a problem. Don't believe the hype, because there are a lot of imposters out there. I'm not going to even lie. The real grind is quiet and it's lonely. You know, it's getting up at 4 a.m. or going to bed at 4 a.m. sometimes. It's telling your friends no, and it's silencing the group chat. You know, you're going to have to pretty much kind of have this, they just going to have to get it type energy, because I'm busy, I'm building, forgive me later, sis. Okay, no offense. We can pick up where we left off mentality later, or I can't go, thanks for understanding, sorry, bye. Okay, it's a mofo. I'm not even playing. Like, it's something that you're going to have to live with, and basically they're going to have to live with it as well. This whole me, myself, and I-ness for a minute. So you need to be able to stick to your routine and accomplish your goals. So there's things that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to do that. And everyone will not get it. I have people in my life right now that are angry with me. Our relationships have changed. I can't be on their time because I have to be on my time. And this is not forever, but this is for right now until I get to where I need to be. Those that get it. But those that don't might be the ones that still need to figure out what they should be doing to occupy all their free time. No tea, no shade, no love lost. By all means, I am not the perfect person, but I have a routine and I show up. And here's a moment of vulnerability for me. I want to talk about this podcast, like this space that I show up for week after week for you. And there's other spaces that I consistently show up into. To be honest with you, this is not easy. This is real work. And I'm not just hitting record and winging it. No, ma'am. Like, every episode takes thought, research, planning, and a whole lot of heart. Like, I am pulling all of my skills together from from being an avid reader, writing, education, my career, business, leadership experiences, and most importantly, my undeniable faith in God to bring something to the table, to bring my value, to do my part in elevating us. And these are things that you need to know. Like, there are days when I am purely exhausted. I cannot even explain to you, right? My husband's like, get some sleep, get some rest. My mom's like, I'm concerned. But there's days when I feel like I'm doing too much to balance everything out. And that's just how it is right now, but it's not going to be forever. I've made a decision. I will show up. Like, there's people counting on me, not just in this space, but in other spaces as well. And I am counting on myself. Like, I set very high goals for myself. I compete against myself. Like, I'm one of those people who for real compete against themselves. I am counting on myself to deliver and live a grand life while helping others. I really want to help you and help you do the same. And when you do something day after day, it becomes ingrained in you. It becomes embedded in you, and it gets easier, not because it's necessarily lesser work, but because you become stronger. I take 1 or 2 days off here or there and I'm feeling it, right? It's like I'm falling out of rhythm and I have to bounce back, and I try to make all of my trips and any expenditures and like the fun times and fun stuff part of the process. I do try that because I do have a family. Also, part of my reward system as well. So I try to incorporate those things. But again, everything that I'm doing is legacy work. This is about leaving an inheritance to my children's children. Yes, generational wealth. Come on, generational wealth mindset. But remember, if you're thinking about it, you're mentally ready. It's your daily routine that needs to catch up. And I promise you, if you commit to a routine, your success is in that routine. You will see outcomes. You will experience achieving your goals, but you have to stick with it. I want you to take a look at your routine. Is it indicative of your goals? If your daily routine involves the behaviors required for you to get to where you want to be, keep doing them because you will win. There will be times, okay, that you feel like completely giving up, because I've been there. There's so many days I feel like giving up, but I stick to the routine, and you have to stick to the routine. And if the routine needs some tweaking, tweak it. I tweak my routine. I've done that. I've done that to make it work. You are incapable of failing. Your faith will absolutely see you through as long as you put in the work. And how do we know this? Because faith without works is dead. And the only way your faith is not working is if you're not doing the work. You will not lose, my love. Keep going. Just stick to your results producing meaningful and action items routine. You can do it. Thanks for listening to the Ever Airwaves Think podcast. If today's episode made you elevate, share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep questioning until you have those answers. I'm out.